Looking at exhibit number 4, does that refresh your recollection of how much CHOP sold its interest in Rototech for in 2008?
Assuming it's correct, yes.
Does that sound about right?
I have no idea, but presumably it's correct.
Do you have any reason to doubt the authenticity of this press release?
No.
Do you have any reason to doubt that CHOP sold its Rototech interest in 2008 for $182 million?
I have no reason to doubt it.
Okay. Did you receive a portion of those proceeds?
I believe so, yes.
And what was that amount?
I could not tell you precisely. I really can't. I don't do these things for the money, and although it's gratifying to receive monetary awards, I don't personally keep track of it. And again, if I had realized this was going to be the tone of this deposition, I would have asked my wife to come along.
You're here today opining that Faith should receive vaccines that are made by the big 4 pharmaceutical companies, correct?
I am, yes.
Okay. And you didn't anticipate that your financial dealings with those companies would be relevant in that issue?
I guess, no, I did not perceive that that was relevant to my opinion as to whether a child should receive vaccines. Vaccines have to be made by somebody, and of course, in this world, they're made by pharmaceutical companies who make profits on vaccines. And the fact that they make profits on vaccines has no bearing on whether those vaccines are good for a child or not.
So you think the fact that pharmaceutical companies make money on vaccines doesn't bias how they approach the promotion of their own products?
I imagine it biases them in favor of vaccines, but so does most of the scientific world.
Are you saying most of the scientific world is biased because of financial
No, I'm
conflicts and
saying
interest?
that most of the scientific world believes that vaccines protect children against serious diseases.
Okay. Do you have a peer-reviewed study that actually supports what you just said?
Absolutely, yes.
Okay, good. We'll make a demand for that too.
Well, you can certainly buy a copy of the vaccines textbook, which contains thousands of references showing that vaccines work and are safe.
Okay. So from the $182 million sale to CHOP, that CHOP made to Royalty Pharma, do you believe that you received more or less than $1 million?
I could have received more than $1 million. I don't have an exact figure.
You stated earlier that your co-inventor on this patent was Paul Offit.
Yes.
Okay. Were you entitled to similar remuneration as he was?
Yes.
Okay. Are you aware that he has stated publicly how much he's received from that sale?
I am not aware that he has.
Okay. If I told you he said that he received approximately $6 million, would that help you recall how much you received?
Not really, but I believe whatever Paul has said, I'm sure is correct.
Okay. So, is $6 million a lot of money in your opinion?
Yes.
Okay. If you received $6 million, you think you'd remember?
Actually, Counselor, no. I hesitate to say this because it sounds as if I'm some sort of idiot, but I really do not follow what income I get. I have no doubt that it was a lot of money, but I cannot give you an exact figure. I actually do not read my own tax returns. I say that in complete honesty.
How about the Wistar Institute? I believe you stated earlier they also were held to intellectual property on Rototech, correct?
Yes.
Did there ever come a time, and you receive a portion of the proceeds that Winstar receives, correct?
Yes.
And you continue to receive payments from Winstar for the sale of Rototech?
I don't think I've received anything in the last couple of years, but I have in the past.
Okay. How much approximately have you received in the past?
I don't remember.
Okay. Do you recall Wistar selling a portion of its royalty interest to Rototech?
I believe they have.
Okay. Do you remember approximately how much?
No.
Okay. I'm going to hand you what's in Marcus Plaintiff's Exhibit 5. It's a PR Newswire article. Can you read the title, please?
The Wistar Institute sells partial royalty interest in Merck's Rototech to the Paul Royalty Fund.
Okay. Does that refresh your recollection of how much they sold their royalty interest?
No.
Okay. Okay.
Ms. Newsma, did you receive Exhibit 5?
I did. I believe it's Exhibit 5. I haven't. Yep, just got it.
Thank you.
Can you please read the first sentence of the article, Dr. Plotkin?
The Wistar Institute today announced it has sold a portion of its anticipated worldwide royalty revenues from Rototech to an affiliate of the Paul Royalty Fund for $45 million.
Does that refresh your recollection of how much they received for selling a portion of their interest in Rototech?
I know that they sold it. I don't have in my head how much they sold it for, but I presume this is correct.
Okay. The Winstar Institute is entitled to what percentage of the sales from the Rototech?
I do not know.
Okay. And you, from this $45 million sale, any recollection of all of how much you received?
No recollection. I'm sure I received some.
Do you think it was sizable?
I think it was probably sizable, yes.
More than a few $100,000?
I think so. I don't have a figure in my head.
You have documents that would indicate how much you received?
I would imagine so, yes.
Make a request for those as well. Okay.